Alrighty, welcome back everyone, I am Blaze here. Today's video is based on a forum post I saw, but it's about China banning EverQuest or undoing some restrictions. So this actually comes from a guy called Mr. Shadow. This is the title. EverQuest unblocked in China. So I randomly decided to try logging into EverQuest from my Chinese-based home without first turning on my VPN. Basically a program that lets you hide or reroute where your internet service is coming from. It lets you get around blockages like they have in China. You can pretend that, oh, your internet's coming from Mexico or something. So he got into EverQuest without turning on his VPN. It was still blocked, still required a VPN when I left in January 2020, so something must have happened between then and now. Either the developers made nice with Beijing, or they changed something about the server that evades the block. Anyways, whatever it was you did, thanks a lot. And he explains a little bit further. So if someone asked him, why would China block EQ1? Is it because there's undeads in the game, or because is it an American or something, or do they just block everything in case? This was the reply. The Communist Party is generally very suspicious of anything that lets people conduct uncensored communication with the outside world. They think the opposition might hold secret meetings in the Chaos Catacombs or something. So their main gripe with EverQuest is, ironically, its chat feature and not really anything due to its gameplay. Back in the early 2000s, they also blocked Star Wars Galaxies because it contained player cities that had democratic elections. Since Star Wars Galaxies was developed by Daybreak, also known as SOE, Sony Online, it's possible they just put blanket bans on all the SOE titles while they were at it. I suppose if Star Wars Galaxies and EQ servers were located in the same place, we might also have been unintentionally banned for sharing the same IP address. I get the impression that SOE Daybreak was doing some kind of pivot to Asia in the mid-2000s, since EverQuest 1 got the Japanese-inspired expansion Dragons of Norath in 2005, and I think EQ2 had a promotion campaign in East Asia, which resulted in anime-style avatars. However, I don't know if they ever actually got into the mainland Chinese market. Anyways, MMOs that want to operate legally in mainland China usually need to form a joint venture with the Chinese partner. So like Tencent, a lot of US corporations have to be partially owned to operate in China. I think Tencent's a major one that got involved in recent gaming news, who ensures their compliance with Chinese national security law. This is what Blizzard have been doing, which is why a censored version of World of Warcraft is available and hugely popular in China. And I looked to go find an article about it. I looked to go find some more information. If memory serves me right, the government doesn't like undead imagery, so like skeletons and stuff like that. Even if it's relatively banal in EverQuest, the graphics are horrible. But they have a ban on blood and gore in China. So I think that was part of the restriction that World of Warcraft made in order to be allowed in. They even changed the color of the blood. And China is a huge, huge market for these MMOs. I looked up a story from way back about money farmers. These gaming operations in China where they would employ a bunch of people to log in, farm money, and then sell it for real world money or real money transactions, RMTs. So one person actually did a calculation, and they believe that these Chinese farming operations were making something maybe $135 million of RMT transactions. But I actually have a anecdote of it, a secondhand anecdote from my dad. He used to play way back in the day, way back in era in EverQuest, and one of his favorite camps was the Scarab camp in Sebelis. And there was this friend he had that was this Chinese money farmer, I guess you would say. He had 6 characters, and anytime my dad would come around, he would drop one of the characters to let my dad in, get some experience. But the deal was that all the loot went to him because he needed to make the money. So it was actually a pretty good deal. My dad said the boxer would pull everything, he would take care of all the work, and my dad basically got to sit there and take a lot of free EXP. My dad would even go AFK for like 30 minutes to an hour at a time, and this guy wouldn't mind. But in exchange, what my dad did is, this guy couldn't speak a lick of English. This guy couldn't type out anything in English, so if a GM came by, like, something suspicious is going on here, and tried sending a tell to this guy, it would have been obvious. So my dad actually made a front to make it look legitimate. My dad would actually talk to the GMs just so they could go away. But by no means am I endorsing this money farming operation or any of that. It is what it is. It's here to stay in most MMOs. I have some nasty footage of me fighting, getting into big battles with some of these Chinese farmers, some of these power leveling groups, and I can't show the footage. It's that bad. So by no means am I a fan of this kind of behavior, but it is what it is. You just kind of have to deal with it. I found the best way to manage interacting with them is just not to go to the plat farming zones, the item farming zones that they tend to frequent. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to everyone who likes, subscribes. I'll see you in the next one.